so happy to be with you today to share some ideas for your children's message on November 26th from Barn Geese Worship. These ideas come from the children's message starters in our 2023 Advent series, Out of Time. I'm Emily Trubey-Weller. I am one of the geese and also the pastor of families at First United Methodist Church in South Bend, Indiana. These children's messages follow the themes of our preaching commentaries, and you can see the complete version of them with lots of ideas in our basics or bundle. Today, I'm excited to share with you our concept and take-home activity for November 26th. If you are joining us for Extended Advent, then this is the third Sunday of Advent for you, or it's otherwise the Reign of Christ or Christ the King Sunday. And today we're focusing on the gospel reading from Matthew 25, the parable of the sheep and the goats. The big concept we're connecting to is, what do we do when challenges arise in our lives that just feel too big for us to tackle? And you might get at this concept by naming some ideas that are familiar to kids. And there will be a lot of them that are familiar to children of all ages. Perhaps people who don't have enough food or who are without homes, other kids who don't have friends to spend time with, families that have arguments, and really that's all of us sometimes, isn't it? People who are lonely or alone, or something we discussed back in week 1, the impacts of climate change. And be aware as you bring up these issues that even if you don't know it, children in your congregation are dealing with these things. So even though many of us would prefer not to have to face such big challenges in our time, we know that when we do, we meet Jesus there. And so this week, your take-home activity is a little bit less of a take-home and more of an assignment. Many congregations, of course, have opportunities to serve and give at this time of year. And so the best thing I think you can do this week is to direct your families to a way that they can contribute in your own church or community this week. Give them something that they can do to address directly one of the big topics that you bring up. So do you have a Christmas food drive, or do you collect gifts for families? Can you maybe go caroling to homebound church members and friends? Do you maybe collect for an international cause this time of year, or host a community Christmas meal? Send families home with like a postcard-sized handout with 1 or maybe 2 things happening that they can contribute to in the near future. And then if possible, figure out a way in worship to acknowledge it afterwards. Have kids physically bring up donations of any kind, whether they're physical or monetary, during the offering time, and take a moment to bless those donations together. Maybe share photos from a caroling event or a holiday meal with consent of the participants, of course. Or invite some of the kids who participated to talk about the experience during the children's message time or another part of worship. So I hope this gets you started on your children's message for November 26th before you run out of time. And you can see the rest of the material for this week's children's message in our Out of Time series.